Hey guys, it's Nyra. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. What up? So today's gonna be a story time, but it's gonna be like a bunch of story times, you know what I mean? If you're watching this video, then congratulations, because you survived Mercury's retrograde. If you don't know what that means, Google it, I guess. But Mercury in retrograde is like a planetary alignment that affects people's moods. It affects like your mood, your mentality, travel, communication. Everything just feels a little bit off. So if you've been feeling a little off the last couple of like 20, this retrograde was 20 something days, I think. It was long, boy, it was long. That's why. If your relationships have been off, your work ethic's been off, your thoughts have been negative, you've been feeling funny, it's a planetary alignment thing. This Mercury in retrograde tried to ruin my life, damaged my hair, burnt my skin, argued with some people, $500 on the line. You know the vibes. Let's start at day one, shall we? Day one, the very first day of Mercury being in retrograde. So I'm at work and minding my business, and then I get into an argument with one of my coworkers. Boom. So that's, I'm not gonna say it's unusual, okay? Because like me and said coworker don't love each other, you know? And we go at it sometimes, but like day one of the retrograde, we have like a full-on like spat, you know? And I was like, okay, here we go. So then I come home, right? And I'm like, okay, time to wash my hair. I come home, I wash my hair, and my hair had been blown out for about 2 weeks, but I straightened it myself. And I did not protect my hair the way that I should have. And guess what? My hair won't curl, my hair won't curl. Ooh, yeah, damaged hair, love that. But I'm like calling my mom and my sisters, and I'm like, guys, like my hair is not curling back, like what do I do? And my hair has kind of done that before, but not to the extent that it did it this time. Like it took a few days, or like, yeah, really just like 2 days to get back to normal at the longest. I kept wetting my hair. I was putting curling products in my hair, and I was telling myself, don't panic, because you know it could take a few days to go back to normal, whatever, you know. I'm telling myself, do not panic. And I truthfully, I really did not protect my hair the way that I should have. Like that was self-inflicted, that was on me. I just wasn't thinking. So I shed a tear or two, because honestly guys, I am like to a fault, an unhealthy amount of attachment to my hair. Like I'm super attached to my hair. What I look like, all that shouldn't define me, but my hair does define me, okay? Don't touch my hair. Nah, seriously though, I really don't play about my hair. So like I was not okay, but I was like, no, Nyra, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. So I am trying not to have a full-on panic attack, meltdown, jumping out the window moment. And you know, I talked myself off the ledge, and I was like, you know, it's fine, everything's gonna be fine.
It's not personal. I'm gonna kill myself! Wow. I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault! It's not.
And then, as I'm leaving the bathroom, I blow out my candles, because I take a bath every night, and I light candles, and it's a whole thing. Like, I don't play about my bath time. So, I'm blowing out my candles, and I had 2 big candles lit. And the embers from my candle almost light my freaking shower curtain on fire. I'm dead serious. Yes, I am dead serious. I blow the candle out, and an ember floats off and lights the plastic on my shower curtain. And I was like, come on. The next significant retrograde incident is going to be not day 2, but day 3. So I go to lunch. I take my lunch break, and I get an hour, and me and my boyfriend link up, and I just didn't feel good all day. Like I just didn't feel like myself. I wasn't happy. I wasn't, you know, I just didn't feel like myself. And you know, obviously he picks up on it because he knows me. So he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. And he's like, no, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. And then he's like, what's wrong? And then I'm like, I mean, the dramatics, the waterworks, the drama of it all. I could have won an Oscar. I wasn't acting, like, you know, not to say that I was lying or like acting, but like it was just so dramatic. To this day, I cannot tell you why I was crying. I was not even having a terrible day. I remember I wasn't having a great day, but I would like nothing significantly. And I remember saying that to him too. I was like, it's not just one thing. And he was kind of like, you know, well, what is it? And I'm like, I don't know. I was in absolute emotional turmoil. Like, you could not tell me that it was not the worst day of my life. Nothing happened. Y'all, nothing happened. Like, hindsight is always 20/20, meaning like when you look back on things, you see the situation more clearly. Nothing happened. I don't remember why, or no, I'm not even gonna say I don't remember why I was so upset. I remember being so upset and not even being able to pinpoint why. And now I can say, it's because nothing. Like if I'm gonna let myself nasty cry, it's gotta be bad because I know I know I'm an ugly crier, and then I know that my face is gonna be all gross and I'm gonna have to go to work puffy face, and I didn't care. Like I was like, did not care, could not tell me it was the end of the world. So day 3, I had a meltdown. A nonsensical meltdown. All right, now let's skip to day 6 of retrograde, okay? Let's get to day 6. This isn't funny. Like, I was emotional. This isn't funny, but this is so funny. So day 6, I lost it. Day 6, my hair still hadn't been curling. Remind you, I discovered that my hair was potentially damaged day 1. Day 6, 5 days later, my hair still isn't curling. And I told you the longest my hair will take to snap back is 2 days. So I'm like, oh, alert the presses. I have damaged my hair for good and forever. One of the women I worked with had told me about using vinegar to like clarify your hair and help with like getting your curls back after like a blowout, and you know, when your hair's taken just a little bit too much time to go back to curly, that you can use vinegar. Great tip, by the way. Mwah, beautiful. Thank you so much to her. However, day 6 came around and I had did that because my hair was taking too long to go back to normal, and I started to panic, and I was like, okay, I gotta do something. And it did not work for me. And I threw a fit. And I don't mean like I'm mad, I'm throwing stuff, I'm crying. I mean, I was, all jokes aside, crying like somebody died. I think the last time I cried that hard, my father died. Like literally, like that's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. I think the last time I had cried that hard was about my deceased parent. Absolutely gutted. I was like, there's no non-dramatic adjective that I can use to describe to you the way that I felt. Like any adjective I can use to accurately tell you how I felt is gonna sound over dramatic, and that's fine. And my mother is, or was, a licensed beautician. Like she used to do hair professionally. So she knows her stuff, you know? And she was telling me, Nyra, give it time, it will go back. My older sister was telling me, Nyra, give it time, it will go back. My younger sister, who is like easily more knowledgeable about hair than I am, and she's 14. Ugh, these young kids are just running circles around us these days. Anywho, my 14-year-old sister and I have the same texture. And she was like, sis, it happened to me. After a month, my curls went back to normal, you know? And so I was trying to listen to them, but I couldn't hear them over the sound of my own crying. I was like, not okay. My boyfriend was like, oh, baby, I've never seen you like this. It's embarrassing, like, to even think about the way I was acting and crying. Let's move on to day 15. I am separating from my ex-husband, or it's like soon to be ex-husband. And initially when we moved into this place, his name was on the, what's it called? Utility bill. His name was on the utility bill. So, he, I guess, got a new place, and I don't know what's going on in that man's life, y'all. I really, I don't care. I don't know. None of my business. But, I had to change my utilities, into my name, which I should have did like months ago. We've been separated forever. I should have did that way long ago. Anywho, I go and I get the utilities changed to my name, and I call, and they're like, yeah, you'll have to pay a $400 deposit. Let me be very clear on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say 400? I meant 500. A $500 deposit? Are you out of your mind? Remind you, I've been living here for more than a year. So deposit for what? But the deposit that was on my account initially went to my ex-husband's place, or wherever he like started new services, like new utilities, because his name was on the account. So he took his account held the deposit, you know what I mean? So now I have to start like a new account. Yeah. Wait, no, I said that incorrectly. The deposit was $400. My bill total just ended up being $500 after like services. So let's be clear on this. I have $500 to play with, okay? I have $500 to put towards bills. I have it's not about the money. It's about the fact that I've already been living here. And I was so annoyed. I was like, because to be real with you, that was a deposit that I paid. I was so freaking annoyed. I was so annoyed. Day 15, I learned that I have a $500 utility bill. Burr, 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 burr. All right, I did lashes and foundation off camera. Whatever. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to day 20, which was maybe 1 or 2 days ago. This was the last extremely significant day of retrograde ruining my life. And today is the last day of retrograde completely. So oh, thank you, God. Thank you, Father. So day 20 comes around. And, oh yeah, forgot to mention, I had to wear a heart monitor during retrograde too, because my health is trash. I have an autoimmune disease / thyroid disease, and it has been giving me problems in pretty much every area of my life, health-wise, you know? So now I'm having some issues with my heart, potentially, or, whatever. So I had to wear a heart monitor so that my cardiologist could collect data and conclude what is going on with me. Literally, if I am not in water, i.e. Swimming or the shower, I have to have this heart monitor on. And it would show if I wore anything that was lower than this. No joke. I'll show you guys a picture of what it looked like. But my heart monitor gave me a rash. She's so fun, right? I'll insert pictures. So the heart monitor connects in 4 places. The top of your chest on both sides and the lower side of your belly on both sides. Now, I have big square rashes on 4 sides of my body. But it doesn't end there. So, I'm doing my hair to go out. And I burned myself on the forehead. And all I'm trying to do is straighten literally one piece on the side of my wig that was going the opposite direction. I don't know how. It was so freaking weird. It's it was destiny for me to just have one piece to straighten super close to my face. And honestly, I was being kind of negligent. So is that retrograde's fault or is it my fault? Both of them. So yeah, there's that. And guess whose psoriasis came back? Oh yeah, mine did. My psoriasis came back day 20 of retrograde. You could see it in the little black spots that I had down there. And there's some developing on my cheek area here on both sides, but you can't really see it. It'll be developing for a few days before it really gets dark and angry and ugly, and that's fine. Just used to it. And then day 20, like I said, I had discovered that I got a rash in 4 places from my heart monitor. That was so fun. So fun. So what did we learn during retrograde? We learned that you can be as careful as possible, because when I tell y'all I was walking on eggshells, I wasn't making any important decisions. I wasn't driving crazy. I wasn't you know, trying to ruffle no feathers. I'm not arguing with nobody. That's one thing about retrograde. When it's retrograde, I'm not arguing with you, period. This retrograde really taught me that you can't escape Mercury being in retrograde. You can't outrun it. There's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta suck it up and take it to the chin. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this crazy little story time / retrograde video, whatever you want to call it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe for videos like this and not like this, because I'm versatile. Follow me on Instagram because I want to hit 100K by the end of this year. I sound like Regina George. I really want to lose 3 pounds, but I do. It's my goal. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I know you wanna, girl, I know you wanna. I know you want to, girl. Ride the pipe like a bike, oh. Do the things you know I like, oh. I'm the man in my